Bro, who the f is that on Walter Black?
Okay, I don't even think I need to explain myself with this one. And I know everyone has already talked about it, but my lawyer said if I want more subs and views, I have to talk about relevant things. And to be fair, my whole channel is just me being a grumpy woman that rants and that wears pink. This is the bottom of the barrel when it comes to wokeness in video games. I know that's pretty outrageous when Dustborn and Concord is a thing, but this is where we're at, people. We have fantasy purple creatures with too much testosterone and mommy issues explaining why they don't feel like a woman. And they are actually a non-binary, despite the fact that biology doesn't respect your feelings. But no, we have to appeal to the normies who have mommy and daddy issues because daddy said get up early on Sunday, we're going to church. So the only way they can get over this is just vomit up all their trauma in video games instead of just getting therapy or teaching themselves self-love or try to strive for something that will make them happy. And this is not to say that you can't make a game with a message. You know, one of my favorite games of all time is The Crooked Man, a game that talks about depression and mental issues, that healthcare doesn't really care about you and will leave you to die with your demons. An obvious message about healthcare and therapy. Now, I guess you could say that's not so fair since RPG Maker games, for the most part, are made by one person or a tiny team. What about games made by AAA companies that have messages in them as well? Well, Silent Hill 2 is a game about murder, sexual abuse, rape, bullying, mental health, and schizophrenia. Yet, despite the whole game being about these topics, it's symbolic, and you have to think about these things to even understand if it is about these subjects. It's a game that messes with your head, and makes the player use their brain in order to dissect the game's themes. However, when you have a game that just outright dumps the creator's emotional issues with no subtlety, or just preaching to its audience like it's a Ben Shapiro talk at a university, yeah, it sucks. And it just makes the players hate your game. No one likes to be preached to in media. They enjoy to escape reality. Why would I want to play a game where I'm reminded of how stupid liberal thinking is, when I see it all the time all over the internet every single day? Video games are escapism. I don't want to be reminded about how people are killing each other and women shaving their heads because Trump got elected. The world is a terrible, awful place. People want to escape that sometimes. But no. The propaganda has leaked into every game series and people choose to ignore it because they don't want to be called a racist or a sexist or a transphobic. And since I don't want to get banned off of this channel, I won't say what I want to say, but when are people going to get sick of this? Like, seriously, I don't understand how people can see this and not finally get the memo about where the world and the gaming industry is heading. Or maybe they do get it and they just don't care, and they want to eat up slop because they don't care about what they're consuming. Not caring about the quality and just shoving as much shit as possible they can down their gullets because they have nothing else better to do with their time. You know, it makes me laugh when people say, why do you care about video games? It's just a time waster. Yet if you criticize them for watching normie shit like The Office, they would scream at you for saying it was a dumb show with no meaning. Video games are escapism and a hobby. Without a hobby, you'd be miserable. Video games have a place in this world. And I hate that it's treated as nothing but a time waster when that's not the case. I take video games as seriously as any other medium. It's these sort of people who spread this virus among the community that video games are just something to not be taken seriously. That's a high disrespect to the craft, and this turning your brain off, ignoring all the propaganda, and just play the game, not taking anything seriously, is ridiculous. No one is able to just turn their brain off. They'd be more entertained watching grass grow. And I'm not saying, for instance, that every single game needs a message or it needs like a big grand story or anything like that. To be honest, I actually like more games when they're just about the gameplay. But it can be done right, as we have seen many times. So what does this have to do with Dragon Age The Veilguard? Dragon Age The Veilguard is everything I hate about modern video games. The similar movie game combat, the ugly character designs, the woke propaganda, the humiliation rituals, the Pixar art style. Everything about me screams, a guy with pink hair and a dress made this, didn't he? Now, as a 20-year-old woman who has been playing video games ever since I learned to crawl, I notice things quickly and question everything I see in media I enjoy. I noticed very quickly in the trailers for Veilguard that the main character Tosh looks like if Abby from The Last of Us and Hellboy had a kid. I remember thinking, uh-oh. And it's not like I was a fan of Dragon Age, to be honest. When I saw my cousin play it, it looked like Oblivion and JRPG type of thing, and it really didn't interest me. So I'm not making this because I'm a disappointed fan or anything. I'm making this because this is where we're at. This is where it ends. You know, I feel like I should just change hobbies. Never in my life did I think I would actually see a video game where they outright tell their mother, I am non-binary, and actually rage like how an actual liberal would rage.
Thank you.
So, I'm non-binary.
What does that mean?
It means I don't feel like a man or a woman.
If you are neither a man nor a woman, then what are you?
Non-binary. I just said, and I'm going to use they instead of she from now on.
If this is because I have criticized your dress or your manners...
It isn't!
Under the Cune, the term for one whose gender does not match the one given to them at birth was a cuniflock. Perhaps you are like that.
Why do you have to keep picking at it? Why can't you just be happy for me?
Evatosh, Chakra Toebra.
So I'm supposed to struggle with who I am? Even if I don't feel like I fit, even if I feel wrong?
No, you misunderstood.
Then say it better! Why am I never enough for you?
I will go. Thank you for inviting me to your home. Panahedan.
Tosh, I'm so sorry.
No. It's okay.
Tosh?
I'm not hiding anymore. How she takes it is her problem.
When the mom is just asking what that means, the jokes write themselves. I honestly can't tell you how many liberals I met where instead of explaining what a term means and why they feel the way they do, they just get angry, which is funny to me. Like, the dress-wearing man behind this project is self-aware, and it just makes me laugh. The millennial writing, the millennial character writing and jokes, the awful character customization, the awful story and dialogue. It makes me want to drink heavily, drink so much that my husband is scared. But whoa, I think I blacked out. I better check my phone, see if the election was rigged. Look, I don't even think I have to explain further what makes this game bad. Even if the propaganda wasn't there, the gameplay is so boring. It's just God of War 2018, but worse. Throw axe at puzzle, lineal maps, the drawn-out long cutscenes, the poor dialogue, the choices that don't matter until the very end of the game. The same nonsense we've been seeing for the past 6 years. Thank you, Last of Us. You have ruined games forever. Movie games are the new market, and that's just how things are going to be until people stop buying the product. But that won't happen if they're already attached to the series. People are idiots. I get gaming is an addiction, but you know, you gotta let go. I mean, I let go with Pokemon a long time ago. Pokemon turned to shit by Gen 6, and it's gone woke. You know what I did? Stopped buying the games, and I moved on to other things, and now I'm happier. I've played games I've never even played before. I got off the Nintendo dick-sucking train, and you can get off the Sony and Sweet Baby train. But no, these tourists don't care. You know, I say I'm surprised by Dragon Age saying out loud one of the characters are non-binary, but Dustborn plenty of times talks about Trump and Nazis. But at least you can make some sort of excuse that these are modern-day people, so dumb liberals will think that, you know, they're any other gender other than male and female. But this is a fantasy game! The only politics around in the medieval era were debating if dragons were real or not, or drama about kings and what land you should take. Who in the world in the medieval era believed in non-binary? This is ridiculous! It's ridiculous to have a trans or non-binary person in the medieval fantasy era. It's also ridiculous in this universe for so many elves to be black. In Dragon Age, most elves are either white or purple. Where did the black ones come from? The land of Wakanda? I think I said everything I needed to say. This is just gonna be another woke game that will be lost in time. No one will care about it, and it will be forgotten in a month. Just like Dustborn, just like Concord, just like Far Cry New Dawn. All these games no one will remember, because they don't offer anything other than garbage and politics. I find it weird that people act as if it's a done deal of what's happened to the gaming industry. What all you gotta do to fix it is just not buy the game. Voting with your wallet is the best thing you can do. Money makes the world go round. And if we all band together and say no to these things as just making us unhappy, then things can change. It will be a slow change, but it's possible. It's not just video games, it's TV, comics, books, TED Talks. Everything you can think has been infiltrated, and it's only gonna get worse if we let these left-wingers take our rights away. We just let them corkscrew themselves into everything, spread like a plague. And the only antidote is to call them out on their shit. I said all I gotta say. I'm tired of wokeness in games, and my voice is dying, and these leftists are ruining everything because they want to be represented for some reason, even though they are represented everywhere. Anyway, I am AnnaWaifu, the grumpiest drunk gamer ever. See y'all in the next one.